Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. Today we're talking about one of the strangest, most misunderstood tanks in Hero Wars Alliance. A hero that many players ignore, many underestimate, and yet one that can still surprise you when built correctly. Today, we're breaking down Chaba, not as a flashy meta tank, but as a functional, low-cost frontline option with a very specific purpose. And yes, we're also going to be honest. Chaba works. But Chaba also desperately needs a rework. Let's start with who Chaba actually is. Chaba is a strength-based tank from the Nature faction, positioned on the front line. He deals physical damage, absorbs physical pressure extremely well, and has one very unique mechanic that defines his entire existence, swallowing an enemy hero and removing them from the fight temporarily. This alone already tells us something important. Chaba is not a reactive tank. He is a disruptive tank. His value is not about shields, reflections, or fancy mechanics. His value is about removing a key enemy piece from the board and buying time for your team to collapse the front line faster. At low investment, that can still be powerful. Chaba's basic attacks scale with physical attack and deal physical damage, but damage is not why you bring him. His real strength comes from durability against physical teams and the way his kit scales when he starts losing health. His first skill is the reason most players even consider him. Chaba swallows an enemy for several seconds, dealing damage over time while that hero is completely removed from the battlefield. This is extremely valuable against teams that rely on a single frontline tank. When Chaba eats that tank, the enemy backline becomes exposed immediately. Against physical teams, that moment can decide the entire fight. His second skill is often underestimated because it looks random at first glance. Chaba lets out a burp that damages an enemy. But while it can feel unreliable, when it hits the right target at the right time, it adds unexpected pressure. In long fights, these small moments stack up more than people realize. The third skill is where Chaba truly becomes annoying to deal with. As his health drops, his armor increases proportionally. This makes him incredibly resistant to frontal physical damage when he's low on health. In practice, the closer Chaba gets to danger, the harder he becomes to finish off, at least for physical attackers. This is why a dirty build works on him. Instead of trying to make Chaba perfectly balanced, we lean into what he already does well. High health. High armor. Long fights. Frontal pressure. The longer he stays alive, the more time he buys for your damage dealers. His final skill ties the kit together. While digesting a swallowed enemy, Chaba heals himself. It's not flashy healing, but it's enough to keep him alive longer than opponents expect. Combined with his armor scaling, this creates a situation where Chaba can sit in the front, absorb punishment, and still refuse to go down. So how do we prepare him properly, without wasting resources? First, evolution. 5 stars are enough. Absolute star can wait. Chaba's soul stones are not easy to farm quickly, and his performance does not scale dramatically with stars at low to mid investment. Save those resources for heroes that scale harder. Next, hero level. Level 120 is mandatory. Not negotiable. Talismans matter, and Chaba has 2. Even at low cost, you want access to that power spike. Chaba's first talisman is especially important. Strength and health are exactly what he needs. It reinforces everything his kit already does well. It's affordable through Eternal Frontier, and it's absolutely worth picking up. Now sparks of power. Max them. Always? Sparks are one of the best value upgrades in the game, especially for tanks. Health, strength, and armor all benefit Chaba directly. There is no reason to skip this. Now let's talk artifacts, because this is where players often go wrong. Your first priority is Chaba's book artifact, Defender's Covenant. This increases his survivability, which is the single most important aspect of his role. You want Chaba to stay alive long enough to swallow, heal, and soak pressure. After that, move to his ring artifact, Ring of Strength. Strength gives him more health and more physical attack scaling for his skills. If resources are tight, stop here. These two artifacts are enough to make him functional. Weapon artifact is Luxury. It can wait. Skins are very simple, and this is where discipline matters. Health. 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 If you build one skin on Chaba, it is health. No debate. No hesitation. No question. Once the first health skin is fully maxed, move to the second health skin. That's it. Everything else can wait. Strength, armor, magic defense, all luxury. Chaba's kit scales off survival, not burst. Glyphs follow the same philosophy. Ideally, bring all glyphs to level 40 if you manage your runes properly. But if resources are limited, focus on just 3. Health first, always. Strength second, to scale health and physical attack. Physical attack third, to improve his skill effectiveness. Level 40 is the sweet spot. Anything beyond that becomes very expensive for diminishing returns. Skills? All maxed. No shortcuts. Chaba's kit relies heavily on skill scaling, especially his swallow duration, healing, and armor scaling. When built like this, Chaba becomes what he's meant to be at low cost, a disruptive physical wall. Now let's talk about the reality. Chaba is good, but only in very specific situations. He performs best against physical teams that rely on one main tank. He struggles against heavy magic pressure. He struggles against control-heavy teams. And compared to modern tanks, his kit feels outdated. That's why we say this clearly. Chaba works. But Chaba needs a rework. His mechanics are old. His impact window is narrow. And while a dirty build lets him eat frontline heroes faster and create chaos, he does not scale into late-game dominance the way newer tanks do. Still, if you need a low-cost tank that can disrupt formations, remove a key enemy for several seconds, and survive physical punishment longer than expected, Chaba can do that job. Build him smart. Build him cheap. Use him with purpose. And never forget, a tank doesn't need to be perfect to be useful. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.